Hello, I'm Peter Murphy-Lewis.
And I'm Kelly Smith. Welcome to I Love Chile TV's weekly newscast. Making headlines this week, the hydroicin, air quality report, Oscar Hahn, and the flu vaccine.
This week with politics, schools of excellence, Adimark, and bus safety. Vanessa will cover culture and entertainment, and Pascal will bring us up to speed with sports.
The controversial hydroelectricity project, hydroicin, was approved by government on Monday, triggering demonstrations across the country. The government's Environmental Review Commission approved the proposal by 11 votes in favor and 1 not. It will see the construction of 5 mega dams in Icen region and will cost around $7.5 billion. One of the most controversial points of the project is the design of the electricity line. An estimated 2,000 miles of wire will transport electricity via pylons through the country's beauty spots. When the decision was made, hundreds of demonstrators throughout Chile took to the streets in protest. In Coyhaique, the capital of Icen region, people outside the regional government offices began throwing stones at the building after learning of the measure, while in Santiago, demonstrators gathered in Plaza Italia to protest. Later on, there were violent clashes between protesters and police around La Moneda, with water cannons and tear gas used to disperse the crowds. The capital, Santiago, has received its first air quality alert of the winter season. Since last Thursday, vehicle movements have been restricted to cars fitted with catalytic converters, which is most modern cars. Number plates are being used to select which cars are restricted on which days. Those without are prevented from driving around the city between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. The burning of wood and leaves, along with barbecues, are also banned throughout the duration of the alert. Keep an eye on ilovechile.cl for the latest air quality information. Chilean poet Oscar Hahn has won the prestigious Pablo Neruda Iberoamericano Poetry Prize for 2011. Culture Minister Luciana Cruz-Coke announced the winner at a ceremony last week. This is only the second time in its history that the prize has been awarded to a Chilean. He was chosen unanimously by the panel of judges. Hahn walks away with a prize of $60,000 awarded by the National Council for Culture and the Arts. Upon accepting the award, Hahn said, "It is a great honor to receive this award, mainly for 2 reasons. First, because it carries the name of Pablo Neruda, with whom I had a very special relationship, and second, because the panel is made up of 5 distinguished poets of countries that represent distinct sectors of Hispanic culture." Around 50% of the population that are at risk of complications from the flu have not yet been vaccinated this winter. Health Minister Jaime Manuelik reminded people that the vaccination will be available until May 31st. It is being offered free of charge to everyone who risks complications should they contract one of the influenza viruses. That is, pregnant women, children aged between 6 months and 23 months, adults aged over 60, and those with chronic illnesses. The injection protects against 3 types of flu: common seasonal flu, swine flu, and further respiratory viruses.
30 new bicentennial high schools of excellence are to be created in this country. President Sebastián Piñera and Education Minister Joaquín Lavín announced the plans earlier this week. The schools will start functioning from March 2012, and as part of the plans, at least 5 will become professional technical high schools. These are likely to focus on mining, industry, agriculture, and tourism. The Bicentennial Schools of Excellence program seeks to promote excellence in education and promote social mobility. Michelle Obama visited one of these first schools during the state visit earlier this year. President Piñera has maintained his 41% approval rating and 49% disapproval rating during the month of April. According to the latest Adimark poll, his government also scored the same, with neither approval or disapproval reflecting a major change since March. The president's rating on credibility and trustworthiness increased slightly, breaking the downward trend of recent surveys. While the head of state's best-rated attributes continue to be his ability to deal with crisis situations and being active and energetic, scoring 69% and 68% respectively. Minister for Mining and Energy, Lawrence Goulburn, continues to be the best-placed minister, with an unchanged 85% approval rating. Significant changes to rural and intercity buses were announced last week to try to improve safety. Among the measures introduced by Transport and Telecommunications Minister Pedro Pablo Errázuriz, it is now prohibited to have standing passengers on any out-of-city bus route. Passenger lists has also become compulsory for any journey over 50 kilometers. These measures will come into force within 60 days of them being signed off on May 5th. These are the latest in a string of safety policies, such as the recently introduced law on mandatory use of seatbelts on buses. The government's goal is to reduce the number of fatalities from traffic accidents by 20% by 2014.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Calland with this week's Culture and Entertainment News. The big headline of the week in culture is the visit of Paul McCartney to Chile on Wednesday. The former Beatle wowed a sellout crowd at Estadio Nacional in Santiago in one of Chile's biggest concerts to date. He was supported by American DJ Chris Holmes, who played a mix of Beatles songs and McCartney's solo work. Discounts company Groupon has teamed up with Live Nation to offer money-off vouchers to some of the biggest concerts. Dubbed Groupon Live, the website will become one of the leading suppliers for tickets to concerts, sports, theater, and other live entertainment. The new deal will start in North America only, but it is likely to roll out to all Groupon participating countries. Live Nation was the promoter behind the recent visits of U2 and Shakira to Chile. Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa Calland and we're here at Cositas del Mundo with Karina Lobo.
Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We're here to talk about your store and what do you do? Why Cositas del Mundo? Why did you come to Chile?
Cositas del Mundo, first of all, was my associate's idea. Her name is Miriam Kosman. She's from Germany.
Okay.
And we were working together for an American company. She came up with the idea of replicating the type of secondhand business that exists in Europe and the United States, and doing it here, but not like the typical Chilean used clothing store, which is that they import bulks of clothing from different parts of the world. What we do is we use our own clothing. You know, we have my daughter's clothes, her children's clothes, and our family's clothes, and they send it to us. And then throughout this year and a half that we've been in business, other customers, other moms, have also participated in bringing us clothing and leave it in consignment. We're very selective in what we sell, and we wash it, we iron it, we fix it if necessary, and so we always make sure we have the top premium quality of secondhand clothes.
And you only have this store right now.
Yes.
Where do you see it going, in the long run?
From here, we're going to start doing our own bulks, premium bulks, and giving the opportunity to moms, in different parts of Chile who are, home state moms, and giving them the opportunity to do their own little business aside, and
Oh, that's great.
spread it out.
Empowering other women to
exactly.
do this. Oh, that's
yes,
great.
good idea.
You not only sell clothing, but you sell other things.
We started with everything that's recyclable. We have books in English and in German, and also in Spanish. We also have secondhand car seats, strollers, also games. We also have new things like the German brand is called Spiegelburg. Toys, stationery, we have puzzles. We also sell Dr. Brown's, which is from the United States.
What kind of people come in here? Who is your market?
It's a mixture. So much for the expats, not so much because the expats are usually in transition and they go back home, once or often during the year. The majority are Chileans. We start teaching them that from used clothes you cannot get diseases, you cannot get any type of virus and so forth, especially for children, that it's actually safe and it's actually good brands. You have Christian Dior, Ralph Lauren, Children's Place, Gap. We have a lot of good brands that they can get them for a third of the price of the original price.
So I hear you also have workshops. What are they about?
Yes, we do, because besides being a children's store, we wanted to introduce the concept of being an educational store, where we invite different speakers, whether they could be psychologists or school teachers or whatever, that can give different talks on different topics. The idea is to bring different types of interested topics that the customers, when they come in, they say they like to know more about.
So any women out there, mothers that want to start your own business, please call these ladies. You can call Miriam or Karina, and their phone number is 335-8565. Or you can go on the website at www.cositaselmundo.com. Thank you so much for having us here today.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So this was Karina and her store, Cositas del Mundo. You can come visit them anytime you want at 30 Las Urbinas in Providencia, and check them out on the website, www.cositaselmundo.com. My name is Vanessa Callan, reporting for I Love Chile.
Hi, welcome to the Sports Zone. In week 15 of action in the Chilean Soccer League, the leader La Católica had a chance to be crowned champions and book their spot into the Copa Sudamericana this weekend against La Unión Española. But nevertheless, the defending champions managed to steal a point with a scoreless tie. Diego, aka Playboy Rivarola, scored against this weekend in a 3-1 victory of La U de Chile in Talcahuano against Huachipato. Colo-Colo corrected O'Higgins on their own turf with a 5-1 win in Rancagua, and they are closer than ever to a playoff spot. And in Calama, Iquique scored their third win on the trot with a 1-0 victory over La Carrera, for whom qualification to the playoffs is far from guaranteed. Let's have a look at the standing with only 2 games to go in the Apertura, where 7 teams are actually fighting for the playoffs. La Católica, La U de Chile, and Unión Española are already qualified for the playoffs. And we can also count in O'Higgins that are 3 points clear the chasing pack with their 24 points. Unión San Felipe, Audax Italiano, and La Carrera are far from qualified with 21 points, only 1 point clear of Colo-Colo in 9th place, and 2 of La Serena, Huachipato, and Iquique. Next week's action, well, the La Católica will try to clinch the title against La U de Chile in another Super Clásico del Fútbol Chileno on Saturday. A must-win for Colo-Colo and Iquique, who will face each other at the Monumental Stadium. And Audax Italiano will be under pressure at home against Unión Española, where losing is not an option for the Italians. And in Copa Libertadores, on Wednesday, La Católica was in action in Uruguay for the first leg of their quarterfinal matchup against Peñarol. The Chilean defending champion was looking at putting a stop to a 45-year drought without winning against the Uruguayan. But unfortunately, it didn't go as planned for the Chilean, as Paul Garces, the goalkeeper, dropped 2 balls and allowing 2 goals for a 2-0 defeat for the Chilean. The La Católica will be back on action next Thursday for the second leg of that home and away series against Peñarol in a bid to qualify for the semi-final. And in tennis, for the second time in 2 weeks, Fernando González had to pull out from a match, this time at the Bordeaux Challenger in France. After losing the first set against the local player Jonathan Eseric, Fenya had to withdraw due to a calf muscle strain. We don't know if his presence at the French Open next week is compromised at this point. Well, that's it for the sport news this week, folks. We'll see you next time.
I'm Kelly Smith. Remember, watch I Love Chile TV every week to get your news about Chile in English. Thanks for watching.